Hello everyone. Diffusion up against Infinity, as you can see up on the screen. HeyZZy here, just me, and I'll be casting and refereeing this game. So Diffusion and Infinity, quite the older rivalry, you can say, where something happened in regards to Konami servers. I remember I took care of that. And since that day, the rivalry was formed. And last time around, Infinity actually had the upper hand against Diffusion, winning the game. So they're currently 1-for-1, I think. But let's see how the third and probably final game goes. You know, it's like a BO3. Alright, so L with the Akiza, Lordy with regular OG Jaden. Let's check it out, shall we? We got a Stratus to open up the turn for Lordy. This should tell us a bit about his deck. So he goes for the Liquid Soldier. That immediately tells me his favorite duel. Especially also like 30 cards. That aspect, cannot really forget about it. Miracle Fusion added to the hand from the skill. If you are not familiar with the skill, you basically have to send an E-hero from the hand, which more often than not should be Liquid Soldier, and you mill an E-hero normal monster, which you have like 5 or 6 of, and then you just add a Miracle Fusion, so you kind of get a beater for free, pretty much, which is not all that bad. And look at that, it's Neos Knight. Using the Liquid Soldier from the grave as well as the Neos. Discards the Burstinatrix as a result of the Liquid Soldier and sets 2. So pretty good start for Lordy. You always want to see back row as well as the beater for a favorite duel. And for L, would have loved to have seen the discard Rocks Rose into white ad, but as long as you get the Rocks Rose, well, it should be pretty good. But what isn't pretty good is the fact that this chain will resolve with Rocks Rose being banished. That's a huge problem. Not having access to Rocks Rose float. First of all, from the Basil. But having to delay your engine with one more turn up against Lordy, who has already started it, and there you go, there's a second Stratos, and this Stratos instead will have to use its secondary effect, destroying back row. Here, L can take a gamble, maybe. Books here are not as useful. A Compulse could be somewhat useful, but what are you really going to compulse? Like, I could see the middle Stratos to deny some battle damage, considering that Neos Knight, I guess it's kind of better off being on the field. Currently deals no battle damage. And it is a level 7. You could, in theory, econ take it and use the Rocks Rose to go for the Ruddy Rose. But, alright, so L chose not to. The gamble did not pay off. Books on books, and the Basil was avoided completely. Wow. That's something. Well, we're gonna have 2 Stratus attacks, and if worst comes to worst, I mean, you still have the Blue Rose Dragon coming up. And here I would love to see Lordy attempt to attack. Yeah, because if he has a Chalice, it could actually like be game, and L would have been probably forced to have Basil his Blue Rose beforehand, but he'll still do it. He'll still go into the blue have some fodder up on the field at least. Welcome everyone to this Sunday of Team Wars. We will have 10 matches going up today. 3 which already have started, only 2 of them having the stream. It's this game and the game on the main channel, Bricks and Potatoes versus Dark Clan. Make sure to check that out as well. It's the more exciting match of the 2, I would say. Even though this one actually has like real lore behind it. The teams currently are not doing that well, you would say. At least in relation to Bricks and Potatoes versus Dark Clan. The 3rd game, CGL versus ST, no stream. And no stream of Synchros will be presented from L as well, because he's already used his normal summon on a Canadian Roxrose. So I don't think we're gonna be seeing much more other than the set Basil. At the very least, we're gonna be activating it. And we're gonna special summon one from the hand, so that's the 3rd Roxrose. Lordy, do you have any more back row? I see you got one more. But is it a good back row, or is it like a bluff to Neos fusion perhaps? Let us see. L. Alright, so the Singer Summon successfully will be going through. Samurai Destroyer will be the target that will emerge out of this Synchro attempt. It can get rid of the Neos Knight, or perhaps negate its effect. But currently it's pretty good sitting there as a wall, because it's gonna be pretty hard for Lurdy to get over it, considering Neos Knight's attack increase would be negated. It's a continuous effect. But let's see for how long, because Lordy could very easily try to flip it down and alright, so he will be attempting to get rid of the Roxrose. Keep in mind there is another one in the grave, so that one will be added to the hand. And that's the end phase. So Lordy, we know this middle set card is unable to deal with a Samurai Destroyer. So let's see if this one that was just set on this previous turn will be the one to do so. Back to L. We know there's a Roxrose in hand, his 3rd one. So if this one gets banished from like a bottomless, it's gonna be pretty hard to get access to your tuners from now on. It did top into a back row, however, and opts not to summon. How many Basils have been used thus far? Only 2. That Lordy snipe from earlier though. L setting 3 and manages to snipe the 2 books and avoid the Basil. Oh, there's the book to finally deal with the Samurai Destroyer. But L has the back row of his own. One of the 2 is Compulse. This one will get rid of the Neos Knight, but keep in mind Stratos has sufficient attack to get over the Samurai Destroyer, so L needs a 2nd back row to disrupt, and it's the top decked Basil, in fact. So Roxrose didn't really have a target to research as far as spells. Nova, thank you for the follow. Bottomless, speaking of it, that's another one banished, and well, that's just gonna be the game. Lordy with the good start. for diffusion. One here, one here, one here. And here. Didn't quite organize my my layout here. Gotta reorganize it just a tad bit. Right, there we go. So, I don't think I have any graphic prepared for this week, but you can probably take a look at the meta-analysis. We're kind of living in a 2, and if we are to stretch a 3-deck meta with a Hero, Rose Dragon, and E-Hero. And speaking of E-Hero, opted not to repeat, and we will be having double Jaden. I think both on, no, L on 20 cards. It is his turn. So let's see what it is. I mean, I think regular Jaden cannot even get like a wounded hero. Correct me if I'm wrong. Oh, we know anyway, it's favorite duel. Drops the avian, drops the burst. Oh, are we gonna see a flame wingman off the top? Let me make sure I have the animations on. Let's go. Oh, let's have, no, actually no, because I don't have the voice line audio package downloaded. It would just be text. Sag. Neos Fusion instead. Prepping his graveyard for the next turn, setting up that Liquid Soldier. And no back row. Oh. That's not a good sign for this kind of deck. Lordy, once again opening the Stratos. Always I think it's pretty much the best card you want to see in a moment like this. It's +1, it's a beater on the field, and easily sets up your graveyard by adding the Liquid Soldier. Miracle Fusion coming up. Oh, but the DD growing response from L, that was his disruption. Not a setback row, but in the form of a hand trap. We'll be banishing the Neos, and the Miracle Fusion will fizzle as a result. But there's still Neos Fusion to follow up. Lordy. Opening pretty well here. The Stratos and the Neos Fusion, and I think that's just gonna be game because there's the Grand Neos coming up, returning the Brave Neos, and I don't see a way in which this isn't game. L has to have like a White Princess, and I don't think it's very realistic. There you go. 2-0 right off the bat from Lordy with the counter, you could say. Oh, damn. L, quite unlucky there. Neos Fusion opening up possibilities with the Grand Neos. Of course, Grand Mole being the perpetrator here. And set up Diffusion for a nice 2-0 lead. Pretty good stuff. Would like to see some counterplay coming from Infinity. and get this game started for real. Let me change the music. The OG DM music is pretty tiring after having heard it for 5 years. Let's go with some of that. Currently Infinity deciding for the next player. I already see that it is Show coming up. And now Lodi sees as well, as he just sat on the table but quickly disappeared. Surely make sure that the decks are alright. Referees are verifying this week a lot more for the decks, considering it is an unlimited room. And here we go. So Jaden Ubel this time around. Lordy going second once again. 28 cards on the side of Shaw. Starting out with Blazeman. Likely gonna be adding the poly here, because there was like no delay. If you wanted to mail the Liquid Soldier or add the poly. Also uses it. Alright. Let's see what he can drop from hand, because if he started with the Liquid Soldier, then it's gonna be a pretty good turn 1. Going through your cycling cards. Get that Sunrise out of the way. Searching out that Miracle Fusion. Get a draw to discard 1. Maybe dig for some back row or hand traps. Because that's kind of been the direction heroes have been having recently. There we go, he does drop the Liquid Soldier. So he will be benefiting greatly from that draw to discard 1. I'm more curious to see what he's going to drop. He did not start with Ferris or Vion. He just straight up started with the Blazeman. Discards the increase. Alright, fair enough. But no back row. Thank you for the follow, Seku. So we are back to Lordy. 5 cards in hand. Favorite duel to be activating. Did he start with... He did. There's the Liquid Soldier. Call his name and he shall appear. Damn, I lost my screen. Okay. There's the Miracle Fusion. Neo's Knight to be coming up. Look at how many cards there are in the hand. Even though one will be dropped, there's still the possibility of a Neo's Fusion. And the more you dig, I mean, the closer you get to something like a book. You clear your opponent's board with the Neos Knight. And if you have a normal summon and the Neos Fusion, that's just game. Provided that's like a 3 or 4 card combo. Thank you for a whole Banco. Well, there's book to start off. That's 1. It's just gotta be the Neos Knight. Makes sense. Don't fully overcommit there. And now it's back to Show. So both of his Sunrise have been annihilated. The sun has how do you say it? Has set. Sunset. E-Hero Sunset. When this card is sent to the graveyard, I don't know. Send one elemental hero fusion monster from your extra deck to the graveyard, and if you do, destroy one monster with attack equal or less than the sent monster's attack. And on summon, I don't know. No, I honestly don't know. That could be the on summon effect rather. Like mill one fusion, destroy one non-targeting with an attack equal or less. But it has to do something extra, like to actually be good. So Sunrise is solely used as like the middleman. Thank you for the follow, Redfin. Anyway, increase coming up, getting out that Vion is the first Ferris effect of the game. Resolving successfully. Vion, milling. Getting another Liquid Soldier out of the way. Such a good cycling card that is a Liquid Soldier. Poly to follow up. Interesting to note that Vion has not used its effect to add a Poly. So one could say maybe he is running only 2 polymerizations. Also considering the fact that he used the Vion for the fusion summoning, so. Thank you for the follow, Kite God. Adoration will be coming up. So that's gonna be quite a hefty attack decrease if Adoration is to resolve. But there's a pretty hefty delay here. Oh, he just alright, chose not to use it for now, because, I mean, you're obviously gonna get a bigger boy out of the way, but Diddy Crow, Lordy, from the side of Lordy, likely targeting that Liquid Soldier. Chain resolves, now he has to fuse without the draw to discard 1. It's gonna be the Ferris and the Sunrise. I think that tells me it's another Sunrise. And with that, I mean, there's the third Miracle Fusion coming up. Can very easily use the Stratos on the field to get out a Great Tornado. Even though, like, Adoration would reduce the attack and stuff like that. And it would, like, still be game. Wait, does this reduce by... Oh, okay, so it's current attack, not original attack, so... I guess he could do a second Sunrise if he wants this to be at exactly 0. Nadia. So no attack reduction. And I think he would have to use the Sunrise off the field. The Shining coming up. Doesn't have an axe, but I think that will still be game. Adoration delivering 4 exact lethal. And now Infinity on the board. Gonna be up to Lordy's second deck. To either combat Shaw's counterpick attempts or further go with his starting endeavor. 3-1 would be pretty dang good as a starter. It's already better than 2-2, which is the ideal stat line for a starter. Let's go into the next game. Already. Lodi back onto the table. Gonna be HeyZZy up against Jaden / Ubel. With Lodi going first. 24 cards. Let's see. Any Rose Dragon gets you access to the Rocks Rose. There's Blue Rose being sent. Rocks Rose very likely to be added. Pressing no on stacking on the top of the deck of the other guy. And getting out of Basil. We're all very familiar on how the first turn of Rose Dragon plays out. But I'm curious to see what he will end up on. There's a couple possibilities. An older one, Zeta. It can really stay up on the field against... Actually, no. We are up against Wounded Hero. So, not exactly the favorite duel deck that that would really rely on having the board clearing beaters like Brave Neos, like Neos Knight. So not much help there. What other possibilities do we have? We have HeyZZy as a possibility as well. And I guess the last one, just your all-around jack of all trades card, Samurai Destroyer. There we go. Samurai Destroyer actually will be and with the one set, that's just it. Big boys do Sam Destroyer turn 1. Yeah, Lordy is a big boy. Not afraid of anything. Stratos. Yeah. Turn 1 Trinity. Rolling back the years. I mean, this hero deck, like the favorite duel, it's kind of rolling back the years. Getting that very deserved recognition meta time for e-heroes. Don't think they've ever been meta like them themselves. It's just be heroes as a whole, like the whole package. Vion gonna surely mail that Liquid Soldier. Getting up that poly. Thank you for follow, Eric's. There we go, Vion. Adding the poly. So now, I mean, Trinity ain't even the worst. Okay, I'm joking. I mean, he's running Adoration, The Shining, 2, 3 Sunrises I think I've seen. And, I don't know. There's Sunrise. So that was his opportunity to make Trinity. Now he's unable to, unless he's got another poly. Miracle Fusion. We banishing from the grave. There's a double Sunrise setup. Liquid, bada boom, bada bing. 2 from the deck, send 1 from the hand. And I guess just get over. Liquid Soldier also being set up once again. Sammy D will be going up. Vion. There's gonna be the sunrise once again. What is Lodi's back row? It's a Basil. Oh, Diddy Crow, however, will be denying that. No, not just the Rocks Rose, but the Blue Rose as well. Nothing from the graveyard, you have to special from the hand, and it's a Blue Rose. Thank you for the follow, Toonie. So now, Lordy really at an imbalance here. Extremely hard, I would say, to come back from this. You really need a Rose Dragon here. Really need it. Oh, Econ. I mean, I guess. Just show what you top decked. It's like committing the seppuku right here and there. So Lordy, turn 2 start, getting annihilated by the DD Crows. Nothing from the grave. Barely anything noteworthy from the hand, and the show takes it. Equalizes it back to the 2-2 scoreline. Now, Diffusion. Up to counter. I guess the Sammy D really intimidated Show up to the point where he gained sufficient confidence to completely roll over Lordy. Yeah, intimidation not strong enough. Or that. He just gained the confidence, he just absorbed, you know? He absorbed the negativity, turned it into positivity, and just steamrolled. Double DD Crow, holy. That's something. I mean, the second one arguably wasn't even needed, because it would just revive a Blue Rose, but he did it in case Lordy had nothing in the hand in order to go for game, and turns out he did have another, which is also pretty good, like forcing Lordy to special summon the what would have been the fodder for a skill. Yeah, intimidation. That's the name of the game right now. Gonna be waiting now for Diffusion to think of a counter deck to send into this. Keep in mind, guys, there's a heck ton of games that are starting up today. And Ohimi will be starting his game up against Shaw. Is on the top with Akiza. Let's see how this fares out. 24 cards. Repping the Trishula icon and the Trishula sleeves. With the Leo mat. I think his name something similar, so I guess it's pretty cool to have a mat named after you. It is Show's turn, however. Vion, the starting piece. It's always weird to start with Vion. Vion after... Oh! Never mind. You don't even really get to start with Vion. It's just... Oh no! It's just gonna pass. The sheer intimidation from Ohimi bringing a HeyZZy with a Trishula combo. Leo Corp. He made sure to pay out Ohimi to get that DD Crow stuck up in his hand. Completely killing show's turn. You know how to say, the show must go on, but not if you get DD Crow like that and have no other play. Like, imagine he had the Liquid Soldier in hand. Being unable to add the fusion there really sucked. White Rose coming up, likely getting the Rocks Rose from the hand. And from here, I mean, I guess it's safe to say that it's game. If he has the carrot. Would not be out of the realm of possibility for a very quick win from the side of Ohimi. There you go, Blue Rose, I guess. He even has the basil. Or basils. I don't know. Oh, there's HeyZZy. Alright, no effect of White Rose, so... yeah, no OTK. But there are 2 set cards, and you do have an untargetable beater to deal up with, which would probably float. And it can also disrupt you on your opponent's turn. Show what we have. Oh, there's a second Vion. It can banish itself. So a DD Crow in hand won't do much. I mean, it could actually still do something, because you could banish the Vion and force Show to banish the Liquid Soldier, but the Compulse is just gonna say no. It is what it is. Vion. Oh, but there's the Miracle Fusion. So finally, getting the 2 hero monsters in the grave. That's the draw 2, discard 1, unless I do the Caster's Curse. No such thing as that. However, has used his only 2 monsters in the grave. Should Liquid Soldier put another one, there's still 1 in the grave, he would have to poly up the rest in order to get another Miracle Fusion up and running. Rhoda. Always good card to see. And here's the Liquid Soldier. He's already used his normal summon, sure, that is. But there's Poly, so the missing piece of the puzzle finally being uncovered. And Hirohime doesn't have the back row to supplement. This could be looking pretty much over. Let's see, Sunrise number 2. Dropping the materials in the grave. Here, something like a Great Tornado could be of great use. In Ohimi's grave, we do have the Rocks Rose. Oh, there's another hero actually. So he took 1600. Something like a Blazeman can be coming up, but Liquid Soldier is just as good of a card. Just straight up play that from the deck. Sunrise. Now the question is if this HeyZZy will float. It will. Tao. Although this sunrise likely will destroy it. Direct attack. And now is the time for the basil to come through. Oh, but not on the Rocks Rose. It's gonna be on either the white or the blue. It's gonna be the blue. And here we go, Ohimi. Not a whole lot to work with, only 2 cards. Does have the Spell of Roses though. Drops the, I believe that was the third. No, the second. My bad. Second blue rose of the game. Yes, the Rocks Rose out. Oh, he did have a white rose in hand. We know his hand, and it's looking not all that bad. It's, I think, game, in fact. Wow. All of Shaw's hard work there. It just was not meant to be. Let's check out this animation. First, Black Rose Dragon of the game. Ohimi whipping out Shaw. And that's gonna be game. 3-2 now in favor of Ohimi. And Diffusion. Thank you for a follow, Sin. Alright. Oops. So second deck of Shaw. Once again. Starts up with the skill, is Ohimi. Drops the blue as the white. This tells me he has the rocks. Very easy 200 IQ mindset there. See card, understand card, predict card. And hopefully, at least this time around, this setup will not falter. It is up against the mirror. So likely we won't be seeing something like a HeyZZy. Inclined more to see a Samurai Destroyer, perhaps. Yes, the basil. And with that, the Synchro Summon coming up, it's gonna be HeyZZy once again. With 1, 2, 3. A 3 of a kind. As the Trishulars are being set in the spawn trap zone. We aren't talking about Infernity though. And now, sure. Oh, just one set monster. What is that all about? Also a 3 of a kind of his own of Basils. As far as the sleeves, not the cards that are activated from the side of Ohimi, only to be greeted by the D Crow, not allowing the Rockstros to get back up on the field and generate more advantage this way. It's gonna be the Blue Rose coming up. Now back to Ohimi. If he tops any non-back row, because I'm pretty sure like any monster pretty much, even Tao could have helped, maybe not. But swinging, it is gonna be Swanee, which specials the Tao. Wow, special summons in defense, that's kind of whack. That's really whack. Okay, well, Book has to be forced there in order for your Tao to live. And I guess get rid of that that Blue Rose at the very least. Interesting to see also another Yangzing monster being put into play. Not just Tao, but also Swanee. And Sho finally getting up his engine going. Roxrose pulling up with that Basil straight from the deck. Bottomless. That's an oof. Compose, very good card right now to deal with that bottomless. Extremely good. You get to special summon the Rockstars from the hand by using Basil, but you at least get access to Boxia. If he so wishes. Kimi currently not in also the best position. Seems like he will be going just for the set Basil. And tends to swing over the Blue Rose. Any response from Ohimi? Or is he gonna let the Blue Rose die? Blue Roses are pretty rare. Don't want that to falter away. And, well, Compose would have ruined the chances of Boxia anyway. And now Ohimi would have lethal on the board had it not been for the fact that we know there's a Basil Rose set. Anything in the end phase though from the side of Ohimi? Nothing. I mean, usually Royal Dragons have the tools to deal with monsters and to basically float. So, those currently not needed. Ohimi straight into the battle. 1600 to the face. Very likely to go through. And then upon Yazi's swing, the Basil shall be activated. Roxrose once again should be showing up. This time from the hand. And just ramping up even further. Like, you're now in the 3rd gear up on your car. The engine not fully fed up yet. You gotta go into the 5th. Into the 5th gear, which is like the lethal phase. So, currently seeing to go into the 4th gear now that his turn is up. Second skill activation. White Rose to be coming up. And now the fun maybe can get started. No, DD Crow once again. Goodbye, Roxrose. No tuner for you. Not unless you have one in the hand, but yeah, Luros. In attack nonetheless. I guess you can crash with the Blue Rose on the opposing side of the field. But that's definitely a very tough position for Shaw. DD Crow up on the DD Crow. On the Rocks Roses. The Blue Rose crash. And now back to Ohimi. Oh, Spell of Rose is being activated, drops the Blue Rose. This is exactly what he needed. Another, I guess, way to push for game. You can get either Rocks Rose here or just White Rose and try to push for game because you do have 2 beaters. However, let's not also forget that Rocks Rose can search the Basil and you can actually try to set up that box, yeah, board clear. There's the Basil, but opts to go for the battle. It's still kind of currently game. Yes, his attack must not go through. So, if he has any way to stop this attack, like a book onto the rocks, for example, should guarantee Shaw living one more turn. There's the book onto the Rocks Rose. Oh, this seems like there's 2 targets only, Rocks Rose and the White Rose. Going for the White Rose still kind of is game for Ohimi, so. Back to Shaw. 3 cards to work with, but no more skill activations. And no Rocks Rose to work with. That's the toughest thing for both players, I believe. At the very least for now, as far as graveyard setup is concerned. There's no Rocks Roses to revive. He does have one on the field, but well, now he does it because he wants to put a material up for a Synchro Summon. There we go. Blue Rose in attack. Rocks Rose likely in attack, and no reason even to go into another. Just go up with the HeyZZy. And there is Ohimi's win. So knocked out of the game. And now, Trinity once again have to pass up the torch. Someone else. So I believe some of the other games of today will be starting. We have 4 matches starting at 10. We have on Gaiba's channel, Uchihas versus Relentless. Uchihas, I believe, one of the only teams to still be 4-1 or better. We'll have Duel Links Taiwan up against Den of Thieves, streamed by Sound Power, his first game of Team Wars. FHX up against Anti-Sun, streamed by Nelio. So already 2 games streamed by referees as well. And later on at 11 AM we'll be having quite an amount of games, 4 of them starting. One of them actually streamed by Ohimi, the player currently on the table, which will be facing Yaro. Let's see what Infinity have prepped up. Yaro on the bottom. Starts up with the engine. Not the best way, but he does still add White Rose. Thus, he's having the Rocks Rose already in the hand. Getting out HeyZZy for the 3rd time, this time in defense. 1, 2. Sets only, and now back to Yaro. Yaro having the counter deck here. And thanks to the character, I guess, because I've seen like, I'm pretty sure the Jaden Yubel has both of them, actually. The Wounded Hero and the Favorite Duel. Correct me if I'm wrong, guys. Okay, never mind. There's the Favorite Duel up on the screen. No Wounded Hero action. Neos from hand, Sparkman from the deck. And we get Fusing. No draw to discard 1 for now. That also eliminates the possibility of Stratos, and wow, what a DD Crow that is. Yaro, at the very least, still has the Neos Fusion to work off of with, granting him some protection as well. But Compulse or Book won't really care much about those. Neos Knight. Yeah, I guess it doesn't mean attack because it's not a fusion summon. Gains attack equal to half the attack of the warrior type fusion material. That's how ignoring summoning condition cards be like. They just break the rules. Neos Knight attack actually will be going through. Something didn't quite expect. Ohimi floating, likely into the Tao. And Tao also destroyed. No more floating. Ohimi. In the end phase, Basil. Gotta get the job done. Yo, what's up? So back to Ohimi. He did add the blue rose, likely the discard fodder for the skill. And he's thinking about his place here. Discarding the searched blue, adding the white. At the very least, this ensures that a Synchro Summon will be going through no matter what. I think Ohimi would have loved to have a HeyZZy in this position here. Safely get over the Neos Knight and get rid of the Neos Fusion from the grave. Yaro, not a whole lot to work with, but if he does have any hero, any E-hero in the hand, he can just very easily come back from that. Nadia. It's gonna be on the tuner, but the tuner can just be flipped face up. Do you have something else, like a bottomless? No, it's gonna be a book. Better that he did it like this, rather than putting the non-tuners face down. And now back to Yaro. Any E-hero in the hand can definitely save this position. Favorite duel activating. It is the Avian that he had in hand. The Featherman. And the Burst Lady. Are we gonna see Ohimi's favorite monster come up on the table? Although not on his side, but on his opponent's side of the board instead. That would be like pretty cool, I'm not gonna lie. I'm kind of aware that it's likely not the best play to do, considering you have a Liquid Soldier just sitting there. But I don't know, what would be cool? Maybe afterwards, who knows. Anyway, Brave Neo's coming up. Hello, hello, Luz. So, as I mentioned, guys, lot of games today, and the 3 games starting at 10 AM have their stream up on Gaiba's channel, on Silent Power's channel, as well as Nelly's channel. Groda, drawn likely off the Liquid Soldier. He still has an Aura Summon, so Shadows here very easily can get rid of the back row. And because there are 3 monsters up on the field, oh, there's a Bottomless. I mean, Shadows is kind of the only target that would compose as well, getting likely rid of the Brave Neos or the Neos Knight. I mean, there is a choice to be made here. Neos Knight at the very least would force Brave Neos to destroy Rock's Rose. But I think you have a better follow-up that way, even though you've used both of your skills. Ooh! Ooh! Returns his own White Rose. This way he really guarantees a play. Ohimi playing with fire, hoping that a second Neos Fusion is not to come through. I mean, he did discard a Neos Fusion with the Liquid Soldier. Maybe that was the downfall. What is this card in hand that Yaro chose to keep over the Neos Fusion? You start to wonder. White Rose coming up. And at this point, Kimi may be turning it back into his favor. Oh! It's the big Trishula! Oh my god! Look at that! I do not care about your Neos Fusion, says Ohimi, getting out with the Zero Dragon of the Ice Barrier. The Sub-Zero coming up on the field, delivering a fatality, but not quite, onto Yaro, who still has some tricks to work with. There is this Miracle Fusion that will be utilized in the Liquid Soldier, but we know he has a Neos Fusion. So as long as he's got a Grand Mole, oh, discards the Neos Fusion. I guess he just doesn't have the Grand Mole and the Grand Neos. Blue Rose with one set. Is he gonna do the... Nope. Karma Cut. Alright, so DD Crow was the fabled card that he kept over in his hand over a multitude of turns. Oh, Stratos to even force the back row. Yep, this is gonna be game for Yaro. Coming back slowly but surely. 4-3. Getting a little more even and forcing Ohimi to switch to the second deck. Any graphics? I wanted to maybe search the last match report that Diffusion and Infinity had between them. I know for sure they fought last season with Infinity winning. But so far so good. It's been pretty even. Still waiting for Himi to come back into the room. Likely switching to another account. There you go. Himi with the gold WSQ icon. Makes you wonder whose account is that? And here we go. Hero Alliance on the side of Ohimi. It's the big boy skill that is pretty nice in this event with Paradox. It's your account, son? No, it's my account. I have the no, I don't have anything. Troll Despair. Troll Despair. Anyway, Yaro's turn. DD Crow, however, interrupting. You don't like to see this. Not at all. News Fusion at the very least still in the hand to keep a check on the next turn, and one Berkeley to pair it with. Not all that bad, all things considered. Oh, Himi. Oh, there's the news. A new elemental hero has arrived from Neospace. When he initiates a contact fusion with a Neospatian, his unknown powers are unleashed. So let's see what kind of powers we will see. Hero Alliance skill activated. You can send one card from your hand and add a Super Poly. You can also fill up your grave with one Marine Dolphin, one Air Hummingbird, and activate a Super Poly this way, fusing off very likely your opponent's monsters. Drops the Stratos as well. Gets rid of the two. Unchainable, by the way. Sunrise. Grabbing the follow-up. With what could be likely... I'm guessing a Great Tornado or an Escudido. Since I don't think there's any other legal targets that can be made. You have to use the Stratos, and you have a Wind and the Dark to use at your disposal. It will be Escudido. And with this, Yaro really needs to have something good to stop 2 attacks, not just 1. And let's not forget also, alright, there's Canadia, so... Is the boost still sufficient? I don't think so. It's gonna be 25 each. And that's game. A very quick game from the Hero Alliance side of things. Ohimi now 3-1. Back to Infinity now. To select his second deck, Yaro that is. So far we have only seen Hero, be it E-Hero or the regular Hero build with Wounded Hero. And Rose Dragon as a pair. I'm curious to see if Yaro has something else prepared for us. Or if it's gonna sustain this performance, this dual deck of Rose Dragon and a hero deck. Back now. Follow Roses to start up. Drops blue, adds Rooks. Gets the Basil. Activates Basil. Gets the blue rose from the graveyard. Special summons Yahtzee from the extra deck. And sets 2 and passes. Okay, I was wrong. He likely probably saw a delay on the Roxrose effect. Yeah, Roxrose effect. And, like, you know, assuming the DD Crow, so just didn't opt for the Synchro Summon, especially if this was the only level 4. So very likely Yaro knows there is a DD Crow in hand, possibly. Whoa! Is that Lazuli? Adds Neos to hand, which he will normal summon. This is the first time I'm seeing this. I wasn't around last week much, so if this happened at all last week, I'm sorry. But wow, this is very cool. Alright, so it drops the Blazeman, as well as adding a Dark Panther and the Twinkle Moss. Yeah, boys that are coming from the space, the new space, Neo-Spatian stuff. Adding a Miracle Fusion as well, but considering he is locked out of special summons, unable to use it. Compulse to get rid of the Brave Neos. What's next? How do you stop this attack? Do you stop it? If he did see DD Crow in his own turn, Yaro, then likely he should try to stop this attack. Keep the tuner on the field and get a big boy out. And by that point, you probably have a couple more turns to have drawn another Rose Dragon and finally make your Basil like worth activating, actually special summoning something instead of fizzling out. Two more sets. So there you go. Basil really not wanting to be activated. Thank you for the follow, Yugi. Now back to Ohimi. Actually, I'm curious of one thing. I want to check the live channels for Duel Links. The first three are from Team Wars. Fourth is Laura, which we've hosted a couple of times previously. Then it's another Team Wars, then Latam, then Team Wars again. Yeah, it used to be better days for Duel Links, but it is what it is. Gonna be looking, I mean, not today, because we have a lot of games going on, so I'll host one of those, but gotta see if I can hook up a new streamer up in Team Wars. Anyway, enough of that chit-chat. Neos Fusion coming up. Interesting to note that because he has like he could have used the Miracle Fusion to fuse the Blazeman and the Dark Panther perhaps, or the Twinkle Moss. But well, what I'm trying to say is he did not utilize the Miracle Fusion that we know it's in his hand. Likely wants to abuse that one with the Liquid Soldier, so that's very fair. I don't know about the skill if it can be activated multiple times a game. Once per duel, alright. Yeah, fair enough. You want to keep that Miracle Fusion. Finally, there's the DD Crow that we know was in Ohimi's hand, sitting for quite a while. Yaro, however, I mean, not much to do here, sadly. MST here. Oh, is he gonna target his card? Yes, he will. Getting the Royals back. This way, unless Ohimi has something else. This could be looking like a good Synchro Summon to come up. Blue Rose. Now here's the thinking man's question. Oh, Super Poly from Ohimi. That's gonna really deny the Synchro from coming up. He's gonna likely use the Rockstrike Dragon already up on the field, as well as the E-Hero News to go into Escurido. Or Brave News. That's better. Spell of Roses though, there's still the normal summon to come up, and White Rose... Does Yato have any plan in the grave? No, not as of now. He does have a Black Rose float, or not necessarily a Black Rose float, because it's gonna be a 3-way Synchro Summon, going for the Trishra 0 Dragon, banishing 1, 2 monsters, and going for game. Trishra 0. What a card! What a card! What a finisher! Yato 2-1, knocking Ohimi's little straight there, putting it... He just said, I'll put you back in your place. No more of this hero action. I'll destroy it with my Rose Dragon. That kind of stuff. Now Dish has came up, and with that, let's see, because that was quite an immediate counter to be sent. You do that either if you're fully confident or you've already spoken up as Ohimi was losing. 30 cards. But yeah, there's White Rose being dropped. I mean the rocks. Summoning the rocks. You know how it goes, guys. We are more interested in what the interaction holds for us. There we go for the Zeta. Interesting. White Rose as well will be triggering its effect, so we know for sure this is not a young Zinc build from Yato. But a regular Rose Dragon. Rhoda to start off Dish's turn. Likely gonna be adding the Shadows for that further +1. Or saving it up for later for the disruption of the back row. Even though, like Basil, for example, can float upon the destruction, it's important to, I guess, not be disrupted. Even though Hero doesn't really care as much. You get put face down, just use that face down as a material for the fusion summon. Favorite duel. Get Miracle Fusing, because he does have the Liquid Surgery in the grave. +1. And here's Neo's Knight. So that Zeta likely really gonna be forcing Neo's Knight to just hop off out of there. I was gonna say like maybe sound like a Shadows would be a better target even to just poof off of the field, but the Shadows was normal sound. So no can do. Rockshow's coming back onto the field, recycling this engine. And grabbing the Blue Rose. What's up in the grave? Not much. Oh, an MSD, always good to see. Starting the leftmost, it's a Void Trap Hole that was taken care of. That's one less worry on Yaro's mind. Thank you for the follow, Skilla. Also nice performance against BZ. 3-0 to finish off. Let's see what's next from Sado Yaro. He has a Blue Rose in hand to work up with. He has, you know, the skill activation. Thank you for the follow, Swag. Good to see you here. And hopefully this match... Oh, there's Caraway, so we know the other card in the hand is a plant. There's the Rudy Rose Witch. And well, that's a pretty good level 4 to come up on the field with. Considering, I mean, even if this does not go through, you can still just Blue Rose normal summon and attempt to chip off for some damage. Here Zira can also prove pretty useful. Let's see what Yaro intends to go for. Or if Dish has a response. Yeah, there's the response. Bookamoon onto the level 4. Oh, but the Lance greeted in response to the book will allow the Caraway to stay on the field and be used as a synchro material. Level 7 coming up. This is Sammy D. In Yaro, we know his last card is the Blue Rose. The rocks here, pretty good. Oh, a play could have actually been to Zeta, get rid of the Neos Knight, and make... what do you make to get game here? I don't think you do anything. Oh, it's still game on. My bad. Oh, Yaro. What a turn, what a turn. That MST really put in the work there. 5 and 5 now, and something tells me Dish may intend to repeat. Depends. This was their counter deck after all, so I usually want that to successfully counter the deck that is supposed to counter. That's why the rule was introduced after all. Pop quiz for everyone in the chat. When was the repeat rule introduced? Without looking it up, of course. That's why it's a pop quiz. Alright, so a repeat will be coming in. from the side of Diffusion. Thus, Dish will be repeating this this deck. I already forgot what the deck was. Oh my god. Yeah, it was Hero Alliance. Alright. Yaro slowly but surely making sure that the game is very even on the scoreline, 5-5. It's a sudden death between Dish and Yaro. Whoever loses is out of the room. Dish with the favorite duel activation, putting the Lego Soldier in the grave to successfully get the draw to Discord 1. So the answer to the pop quiz was Season 5 was when the repeat rule was introduced. And another fun fact, there was an unofficial week 0 where teams were just randomly paired up against each other to schedule a match, a Team Wars match. 5v5, first to 10 wins, where the repeat rule was in action. And the fun fact here is that someone went 10-0. That someone was Flips against Smoke on Duel Links. I believe he was on SunkLine at that time. Dish forced to discard Avian, the Featherman, the alternative arc, the much cooler one. I mean, one is like from 2004-5, and one is mildly recent, like I think in the last 5 years, maybe. Yeah, Swag, you remember that. Drops the blue. Interestingly enough, that was after he already normal summoned the Rocks Rose. So that way he intends to special summon the white from the hand. Keep in mind that you can only use either effect. So yeah, I think there was. I actually want to check this. Let me check, guys, because I think I remember that being the case. Season 5, regular season, week 0. Okay, well, let's go through. Not here, not here. Wow, we had PDS coming with Yubel and Ojama. That's so cool. They lost, but just some memories there, some forbidden memories. Haha. Okay. No, there was no team actually that brought the same deck like 10 times. But yes, Flips did do the 10-0 with Red Ice. It was against 6 Sands with Light and Dark, so you can return Fuma from the deck to search keys on, if you remember. It was Quackinios, Stop Terrors with the repeat, Spellbooks with the repeat, Red Eyes Mirror, Quackinios, 6 Sams with a beatdown, and Blue Eyes Sealed Tombs to close the deal. Oh, I missed the Flame Wingman animation in the meantime. Damn. Oh, Granios. Goodbye, Granios. Or Flame Wingman. No, Granios. Goodbye. Throwback to when you could put Samurai Destroyer back into the extra deck and it's still triggering, which is no longer the case now. Of course, you probably wouldn't have any machine to revive in Rose Dragon specifically, but let's see, this Flame Wingman is gonna burn for a lot. That's gonna be 500 just battle damage alone, and then 26 in effect damage would make Stratos have enough attack even to go over the Samurai Destroyer. Until the end of the damage step. Oh, unaffected though. That's a fat rip. I guess you probably don't get to burn because this Flame Wingman triggers like before the end of the damage step. That's my bad. Book of Moon as well to keep up the Samurai Destroyer on the field. Now Dish's turn will end. Yaros will be starting. Spell of Roses number 2 drops the rocks at the white. And I think there's not much else to say here. The Stratos likely revived with the put face up, likely with the Black Rose effect, if he intends to go for Black Rose. Yeah, there's a Ruddy Rose already in the hand to also get the carrot weight up in the mix. Let's see what's the next step, or maybe if there's a disruption from the dish that is awaiting. That's one. Probably the Basil, if he intends to go for the Black Rose here and definitively get rid of everything. If he does that, then it will be game. Thanks to the carrot that will be sent off the white, or it's already in the grave. Never mind. Nothing from the side of Dish thus far, and he had two activation windows. Yeah, likely deciding what synchro to go into, but I think it's kind of intuitive which one to go for. Ooh. He'll just go for the battle phase. Very interesting. Did he sense no delay? Oh, well, there's a Canaria. He had the Canaria and opted not to activate. Interesting. Very interesting. Alright, then that tells me the set card is probably not Basil, but let's see what comes up from the side of Dish. What's in the grave? There's a Neos Fusion to work off with, but no Liquid Soldier. And that's gonna be it from the side of Dish. Infinity, for the first time during this match, taking the lead. 6 to 5. Yato 4-1. And Dish knocked out as 0-2 with the repeat as well. So now it's gonna be down to either Giano or 3D to come up and play. Giano back in the good old days. He would be the anchor. We all remember a good old Jano reverse sweep with Tramids. It could be like a meta unfavorable for Tramids and he would still play Tramids. Chat. But alright. We're past the halfway point of the match. During a time like this, you start to run out of decks, start to run out of counters. Probably not in a 2 or 3 deck meta, but definitely like what was saying, when you're under hot water, under cold water, I don't know, like your the pressure mounts on, and especially when you're when you've just been overtaken in the lead for the first time during the match. You have to take back that lead and secure it back to yours. So make that 5 and 6 to a 7 and 6. And if you're Infinity, you're just looking to distance yourself as much as possible from Diffusion's 5. Get that 7 and 5 into action. Maybe even 8 and 5 if Yaro just continues being streaky with this Rose Dragon. We'll see. Someone came into the room. It is 3D. So the legend is true that Giano will be left up in the back to see if he is needed to take care of things. Never exclude the possibility of someone just reverse sweeping all the way from 5 to 6 to 10 to 6. It's happened before. Or even happened like... No, that's a stat line that I need to check one day. Like go through each and every report since like season 5 and see the best reverse sweep like ever. Like down 0 and 8 and winning 10 to 9, something like that. Alright, 3D coming up with Jaden Ubel. 3D when he's asked about his pronouns. I am Jaden Ubel. Bad joke, I know. But what isn't a joke is Yaro's streak. Still 4-1. Still leading the way in terms of total wins from this match. And going first with the skill. Dropping the rocks. Always a good card to discard if you have the white already. And seemingly he does have it already considering he added the rocks rose. Here's more to see what 3D's hand is going to look like to combat this this good start from Yaro. Zeta. Thank you for the follow, Show Atlas. Mills the carrot. And I think we'll be passing on the 2 or 3. Come on, set the 3rd. Set it. Come on. I know you got it. I'm peer pressuring Yaro to set third. No. I guess he was intimidated, as Jana would say. Intimidated to not set the third. Alright, back to 3D. Shout out to the Man and Steve combination. Pretty clean. Those monocolor sleeves are always clean. And pairs up well with the background of Bloody of Plasma. 3D, Bloody, I see what you did. Shadows to start off the turn. Always make sure to state which effect you want on the summon. Do not legally cheat. That includes no effect. It's almost as if you press the number 1, number 2, and number 3 button when the prompt comes up on its normal or special summon. Book. Activated now. ZZy does have sufficient defense to withstand a Shredder's attack, so it's gonna be something bigger from the side of 3D to come up and destroy that ZZy. Drop the liquid, drops the Neos from the deck, and you already know that's the Miracle Fusion setup. Just succeed. Unless there's a DD Crow perhaps on the side of Yaro, but I don't think we have seen many. Or, wait, was it from Sho or from Yaro? I think it was Sho that was running it. Yeah, because he fought against Okami more. And we did see back then the double DD Crows from both players. Regardless. Drops 1 with the Liquid Soldier now. Neos Fusion. Oh, should be going for the Granios here. And greeted by the book. Still would have to have another answer for the Brave Neos as well. One more set card, but something tells me it's just a Basil. And holy. 3 set cards on the opposing side. ZZy destroyed. Brave Neos searching, and Shadows attacking. Yaro damage taking. 3D turn ending. But before that, Yaro special summoning. Rose Dragon activating. Getting to searching. Okay. Sorry guys, I'm not that quite good of a rap god. I'm not Eminem right there, I'm just caster. As the Ruddy Rose Witch though. And with that, does have the tuner, but 3 set cards is very scary looking, especially when you consider the fact that favorite dual builds do have a back row that goes -1, such as Karma Cut, something like that, that can utilize the Neos Fusion discard pretty well. MST at the very least gets rid of 1 worry. Would be the bottomless in this case. But what's also important to note is that Yaro has available at his disposal lances. Basil to come up and revive a White Rose. So now if there's anything from the side of 3D, now would have been the best time to activate, but Black Rose to come up, assuming he has the Void Trap Hole in an instance like this. There you go. It's going to be negated and destroyed. No board wipe from you, but at the very least, I guess recursion from the side of Rock's Rose. Drops and can still try to go for it. There's Ruddy Rose Witch in hand though, and I mean it has to be in the graveyard in order to return the Black Rose to the extra deck. Bottomless onto the Rocks Rose will disallow any form of synchro from like really happening. Nothing in the grave, but at the very least there's the Caraway Champion, making sure that I guess the Black Rose can stay up in the graveyard to the extra deck. Yaro is probably like, wow, I can activate something in the graveyard? Oh, it's Ruddy Rose. Yes. No? Okay. Gets rid of Stratos, but that will kind of be it, because 3D still has the advantage of the big boy monsters. What is that? Brivnios. The booked monster was the the Granios. That's the real worry. And let's not forget there's also Neos Fusion on the side of 3D. So this looks like game, provided that the face down is something like Basil. I think even book is game. And we know Yaro's running Lances, MSTs, so those definitely not useful in this instance. We are likely to see his streak come to an end. There we go. Get the Brivnios out. And with that, I don't know, Yaro. Oh, not even a delay. Not even a delay, guys. It's likely an MST if that's the case. And with that, oh, never mind. Still gonna be game. So 6-6 is the scoreline. Yaro's streak finally coming to a close. And with that, the opportunity to send a counter deck for this one, all the more likely. Let me peep the other game that started around this time. Bricks and Potatoes up against Darkland. It's going to be 6-5 in favor of Bricks and Potatoes. The names that did get some wins are Saku for the side of Bricks, 3-2 as a starter. Gi from the side of Darkline, 3-2. And with 2 wins each, Iru and K-Dragon on opposite sides. Neg1 also getting the 1-2. Dangero 0-2. Yeah. That's that game. If you're curious to check that out, it's on the main channel. Twitch.tv/Duel Links Team Wars. In this game, however, Kokit is going to be 3D's opponent. As already exclaimed, go easy on me. Let's see if 3 God will be doing that. Yugi Muto, interesting. We have Gendora, so our first non-hero, non-Black Horse Dragon deck of the day. Let's go. Silver Gadget getting out the Anchor Gel, which gets out the Green Gadget, which searches the Red Gadget. And here I guess you want to go for the Gear Gigant. Using the non-gadgets so that this guy can float. Adding the box, so getting follow-up for the next turn rather than getting some protection, which is fair enough considering the favorite duel deck isn't extremely known to OTK. It's most likely known for bringing a big beater like every turn, kind of like that. Determination to fight, DTF, which is not the most child-friendly acronym. We are PG-13 over here. We are not allowed to say fuck. Alright, Gendora to be added to the hand and sending a card. I think that's the most surprising aspect, actually, the setting of a card of the Gendora player, Kokit. This is where, as a referee, I go and check the deck real quick for some inspiration on what to expect. Obviously, as a caster, I'm not allowed to say anything. But I'll say that much because, you know, Gendora's not usually expected to have spells or traps in their lineup, in their card lineup, that is. Yeah, well, unfortunate, Swag. Not much we can do. Miracle Fusion. Good start. Hard opening the Liquid Soldier. Digging a little more through the deck. Maybe dropping a vanilla. Just cycling through the motion. There's the Featherman. And the other two games with streamers, SCM, Phoenix, casted by Sano and Scorp, the Dastardly Duo, and DLC Bandit up against Angelic Force, streamed by Ohimi, who just played earlier. You can go and check those out there on their own channels. As for Pharaohs up against FPF, something tells me like these two teams in particular have had the least amount of stream games this season. Unfortunately, it's gonna be the case once again. As well as Frozen Bun and Level 6 Project. Frozen Bun, who just had an on-stream game in the previous week. It is what it is. But the VODs of replays will be coming up next week, so I guess no worries on the side of going back onto the games and analyzing. That part is not lost. It's just a live entertainment that will not be there. What will be there will be Box once again searching, this time for the Anchor Drill, and noticing the red gadget on this turn. So going for the Egg Seeds, Diamond Direwolf, DDW. Ain't no DD monster, but a Void Trap Hole. Goes 1 for 1, and more importantly gets rid of the monster, so that is unable to be used as a fodder for the normal summon of the regular Gendora. He did add regular Gendora on the previous turn, so I think if he really wants to play through this turn, he has to have multiple of the Giga Rays. Rocket has a lot of cards in hand, and I think he could be prone to just chipping away little by little. Oh, I forgot about the Trencher though. This Giga Ray's likely gonna eat up the book here. Let's see what else is there to do. Kokit has used his skill, so he can normal summon regular Gendora here. And if that's the case, if his last card is a Giga Race, and if he's got the 2 monsters, he's good to go. There's a regular Gendora. Giga Chad, Giga Ring, everything. But he's not the Dragon of Destruction Giga Race. Just an OG one. Anything on its normal summon from 3D. Else, this kind of is looking to be the end as long as there is a Giga Race in hand that is able to send the Gendora. Gendora effect, and there's the book. This means that oh, it's not gonna get destroyed itself. For a moment I thought that would have been the case, but Lumao happens. Anchor Drill to be special summoned from the grave. What's in the hand? I think he had a gadget earlier. He does have a yellow gadget in the hand. So, I mean, this should look like game in that case because of the Galaxy. Oh! Never mind. DD Crow from the side of 3D will disallow the Trencher from reviving Anchor Drill, and that will kill Kokit's turn. That would have been it. Hello Dawn. Stratos from the side of 3D. Perfect recovery card here. And I think this is game. Yeah. That's that DD Crow, man. It's just so clutch. Every time you see DD Crow, it's always at the... It's almost with the high most impact. Like literally just saving lethal or putting you in such a winning position. I mean, that's exactly where it should be used. Don't want to waste it on like Sparkman. There we go. No Kydroid. And Kokit. Unsuccessful on this attempt at countering. 3D 2-0 up. Here we go, the players are back and up and running. Oh, good. Not intending to have repeated since nothing was announced. Going up on the Mechlord terrain as the boon by sending the skill, so that means he's already got either assembly or obligato. Man, boon is such a weird card at times. It's like you really want to search first so that you're less likely to draw into bad cards. Boon, like, you can draw 2 armies. That's a drawback, if I've ever seen one. And also maybe the fact that it disallows you from summoning HeyZZy if you want to activate Boon. Thank you for the follow, Tess. So it's gonna be very likely Gear Gig and X grabbing the follow-up of Obligato. What is the one common card we have seen both times from Kokit? It's Gear Gig and X. They'll be loving those machine decks. I say machine decks, but Gendora is kind of a machine dragon deck, I guess. Well, either way, Assembly is gonna activate and special the HeyZZy out. And burning for 50, that's very important. HeyZZy, important to get out in a matchup like this. There's vertical tabs now on Microsoft Edge. That's kind of cool, I guess. Sorry for not casting, guys, for just a bit. I need to figure some stuff out with refereeing. My damn password holder. Oh my god, what was my password even? I don't remember. Frick. Anyway, so Miracle Fusion. Alright, now I see it. Lance was activated, that's interesting. But Brave Neos, I mean, it's gonna be pretty hard to sustain it. Never mind. Compose the perfect card here to deny that attack. And now HeyZZy gets yet another Spell Traveling Gate. Ain't that a nice thing? Megalord Assembly coming up. That was my notification, by the way. You're wondering. Why can't I log in? Alright. Miracle Vision, number 2 to be denied. And now, once again, back to Cook It. Nothing 3D can really do. And that's just gonna be it. 7 to 7. Oh, I just noticed 3D was 21. Wait, what's his scoreline now? Okay, I lost track. Yeah, it should be 2 and 1. I know, guys. I kind of lost track for just a bit. Gonna be Rose Dragon now. Probably not the best deck to have in your back against Mech Lords, but we've barely seen Mech Lords like overall, and now we're gonna see no Mech Lords being summoned because I mean there's no one on the field. Oh, I'm so dumb. Now I know why it's not working. Alright. Sends the rocks as the white. You know how it goes. You get so lost in just so many accounts and passwords. So I use a password manager. I even use two-factor authentication on my on an alternative account. It's like so many hoops to go through. Like, sheesh, man, just stop. Now I got jumping through so many hoops. There's Phoenix. Real quick, mute this tab. And let the people know. Oh yeah. I wrote one. Didn't. It was one on my application. I don't know why I didn't. Right, but now Pocket is 1-1. Yeah, because he had Gandora first. Anyway, finally we'll see a Mech Lord come up. It's gonna be the Obligado. Compulse immediately to be graded by the Lance though. The 3D, we have something else to try to disrupt this Obligado. I can compulse, be the one. And that's game. HeyZZy completely unaffected there by any targeting back row. Not unaffected by back row, just untargetable. Not out using. Yeah, 8-7 now on down to the last player for Infinity. Last player being Gaku. Yeah, pretty interactive, not gonna lie. Let me check other game going down at this same exact time. Oh, I see myself in on the top left of that. But Gaku coming up is in the room already. As soon as he gets on the table, get what could be The last chance for Infinity. They are 0-5. You remember that. Concerning the Diffusion and Infinity rivalry, the best win, even if maybe the only one in the season. That could happen. Never know. It better be a Diffusion. Let's check this out. Gaku, with his own Mech Lords, seemingly. Sends the white. Rocks. You know what he doing. Finally getting to add the blue rose. Follow for the next turn, but I'm assuming he's already got something like a Basil up in those 3 other unknown cards. Two sets only. And that was quite the long turn from 3D. But Gaku, in the meantime, likely thought ahead of what he should. McLaurin Assembly, the first step, gotten off of the refinement. Complete. Second step, activate. Third, 2.5 step, don't get MSD'd. Step 3, I don't know, win. Oh, Storm. Interesting. What exactly storming off? Because McLaurin Assembly, if he does that, I think he would love to have kept one up. Like activate, then keep the other back row that he's 3, but maybe the fear of MST, very real fear. Compose. Turns his own rock. I'm guessing he will be special summoning it again. He will. Getting another Basil off of that. Smart play. McLaurin Assembly. One wisely in the grave. Obbligato. getting itself off the field and grabbing the boys. The level 4s that will be used for the XCs. And something pretty curious. What if Gaku's last card is Galleon? That's just game. That'll be like quite a sack of a game. Storm was involved in it. Let's not forget the cards that were destroyed were Floodgate and Chalice. Shadow gonna burn for. Oh. Finally getting the X's out of the way. Gigant. Dropping Grenell, adding Obligado. Weisel. There's Weisel. Oh, but Diddy Crow coming up, and disallowing a possible Tricolion from coming out. Pretty cool play. Let's not forget, if there is a Tricolion, it's still not game. That was a great. Straight in the battle, we head. Hazel can revive, and I don't know. Pretty bad for Gaku. There we go, Black Rose Dragon coming. The Weisel though. Was Weisel something? When a face-on monster you control is destroyed. Alright, so Weisel coming up. Well, good thing we will have Ruddy Rose as well, right? No carrot, Insight. Gonna mean no game for now. And the normal sound was already used. See how Gaku can try to overcome this very hard position to be put in. Let's not forget Rudy Rose can negate cards that would destroy other cards on the field. I guess something like I don't know, or Obligado rather. Ooh, so he did have Triskelion. Did have Triskelion in hand. That Diddy Crow was extremely clutch. Albeit at this point, imagine just negating Obligado with a rodeo. Oh, be extreme. Not much Gaku can, since I think he already set the card. Likely unable to be activated at this point, even if it's a play. Oh, I guess you can add skill. It's not the worst actually. It it is the one play that really doesn't lose to a top deck monster. Speaking of the top deck monster. Floodgate even. No thank you. I don't want to deal with that. Get flooded. Oh, it didn't even matter in the end. Oh my god. 3D popping off. 9-7 now. Match point. Yaku. Any repeat involved. Nine to 7. Will Diffusion get the BO3 win? I wanna see. Diffusion. Alright, so once in season 9, I remember that. That was the initial boss that I had. There should be one in season 11. Yes. So those standings were 10-5 in favor of Diffusion and 10-7 in favor of Infinity. So Diffusion on average won. But now already we're getting into that weird spot. If 3D can close out, or if Giano is needed to come on in. Likely Infinity discussing the possibility of a repeat. Would pin Necklor that position where they have to win 3? No. If Necklor came out this late, I don't really want to think what the other deck of Gaku could be. Just the previous player of Kokit, we have seen both Indora and Necklor, not the two most popular decks. Still waiting on to see the result of Infinity's talks. Necro's best deck, that's why we don't see it. It's just so good. Both teams have had a gentle not to use. Real, by the way. Extremely real. Speaking of Necros, in the unstreamed game of CGL, Chaos Game Link, up against Stellar Trace, the win was overwhelmingly in favor of Stellar Trace, 10-4. Meanwhile, the other two games that have started at the exact same time are still going on. It is currently 8-8 in the other game, Bricks and Potatoes versus Darkland. Kanikabuto, the last player, as well as Sniffus, the last player. And on our side, we also have the last player of Gaku, even more so on his last deck, Currently his last leg not panning out well. Is running quite the amount of cards though, 26 cards. Gonna be extremely unlikely to get that setup you want. Let's hope these backers at least maybe enough. Drops the blue as the rocks. Now white coming up. Does play around DD Crow. Especially summoning from the hand. Does not play around Book of Moon, I guess. That will disallow 3 throw in. And getting the very needed Rockstars back into the grave to special summon. Gaku, seemingly safe. As we see a Rockstars once again from the hand after the Basil. 1, 2, 3 sets. Now 1200 to the face. Gaku really needs to top like that Rose Dragon. If he had any on turn 1, he would have won. Let's see. Do not go down like this. Channel your inner energy. Do the Destiny Draw. There we go. Spell of Roses activated. Dropping a topped decked Rockstars Dragon. Now, we getting our engine started, says Gaku. And 3D just stole his key. Gaku got the key back. Hence to back into the car. And the battle over the car engine by Gaku. There's the Basil of his own. Back row out. One of them already out. Also very safe and already was activated. Just make sure to return the right thing. You don't want to bounce the white rose. Bounce the rocks rose. Pro player here. Playing in the big leagues. Big game player. Gaku offers the seppuku. Will 3D take it? NFA, 3D, any rival? Oh, there will be. Has either the blue or the white as targets. Gonna be the blue. Has more attack. Actually can do something. Rockstars flipped, face up, back. Gaku cap and activate in order to find the potential. They are thinking. This is a high pressure environment right now for down by 2. Not to mention the last deck. Diffusion on match point. Pretty currently coming alive for diffusion last half of the match. Four and 1 will be counting. It's a necessary win for Diffusion, considering they could still be up on for the playoffs. Being 2 and 4, a lot more scary. Can afford no more losses. Going with a worse record like 2 and 5 could prove pretty bad considering better seeded team. Want to be number 1 seed the groups in order to get potentially easier teams. Really solidify your playoff spot. HeyZZy come out of 3D. Also activated. Starting the rightmost card, which we know is very likely not to be a back row. It will be the Compose out. Go to the graveyard. Cowl. Target you run for the HeyZZy float. Exactly for combos like this. Get Rockstars back. Oh, James said, don't get Rockstars back. Get Burrows. Quite the risky play there. The Gaku revealing his Diddy Crow. We need to end turn, and Gaku not much better himself. No, he has a Basil. Subsequently activate. And I think we knew about. Didn't exactly remember. Bottomless. Treated in response. Do not allow the Rockstars to be floating over and over and over. Being recurred over and over. Although we are back to Gaku. This, he has a second skill activation. Note. There we go. Adds his Rockstars, which successfully actually stay on the field for the first time in this. Basil will be the other necessary common. White. Here we have an interesting. What do you? I'm gonna destroy it. Gets rid of Towel. Now back to 3D. 3D has twice off. One on turn. It did not use 4. Is the only player remaining right now with that activation. Oh, the White Rose stop deck here from Gaku. Very good. Very lucky. That was second. Not the lowest of chance. But I think this one will definitely by the outcome. 9 to 8, I think. HeyZZy. Not going to be game right off the bat, I think. Well, HeyZZy sits on the field. HeyZZy turning Towel not out. Equation. Haven't seen any carrot come out. This could be the time Let's see. He has to use effect, or will he just go for the double attacks? We'll be intending to do that. Obviously this true. Does this one go well? Look. One more turn to live. Eventually his last. Second skill activation. Gonna drop the white. Get the rocks. Is no rocks rose. Why he did that? Well, not much at this point besides summoning that. We'll be searching the last Basil. Depending on what Gaku has himself. He's already used all of his Basil. Well, as long as you have a book, disrupt the blue rose, I think it's the clear. Go. That will be game by the virtue as he's swinging into Rocks Rose. Pretty even very generously. Granting the float back. Rocks Rose. Gaku keeping it in, keeping the hope in. 9 to 8. Jano turns out that he last player duel. Jano already in. Didn't even have the chance to start a timer. Thank you. On this scene. Let's go. What could be the final duel? You only have 2 boost maximum remaining. Always last duel. That's the mentality that Infinity is likely on right now. For last, so let's give it our all. Jano going first. Cards. Up as the blue, as the white. Tells us that the up against back rows, how that fares. Expecting quite a lot of disruption by the suboptimal starting hand where you don't get to get. Puzzle. Upend it. That's the 3. Will not opt for any common. Not even something like a HeyZZy. Probably would have expected something like Void Trap Hole that we saw over and over and over. Or perhaps something bottomless Trap Hole. Could have been activated on the Rocks Rose. Likely been a better target. You know, the Void Trap Holes. This time from the side of Gaku. Here we go. Interestingly enough, he added the Miracle Contact. Can shuffle away his Neos. Grand Mole. Pretty interesting. Can double up as a Miracle Fusion. Like, Miracle Fusion in tandem with Neos Fusion allows you to get very easy fusion. Same goes for Miracle Contact. Normal summon DD Crow. Is that a misclick? Yeah. Let's hope he's got a nice level 8. I don't know, guys. I'm still kind of Econ take. Now we finally know the reason. Brave Neos. Yoinked away. Attempts to go for game. Against 3 back row. Let's see how that can fare. Oh, Fiendish Chain. Oh my god, that's some vintage back road. And it will actually stop, so Gaku Damn, imagine if he could have went into... Like Ruddy Rose, honestly. I think Ruddy Rose would have been a pretty good call to do there because... Actually, no. No. What am I talking about? Gaku clearly intends to keep Jano in a spot where he's unable to activate. But that would require Gaku to have his own Sport Track to really get rid of the Brave Neos. There's a Void Trap Hole. Obviously, have Samurai Destroyer back. Swinging into Brave Neos. I think there are plenty of Neos. Blocked. No more. Fine. Not gonna be enough, but I'm assuming Jano is just digging out through his deck or something. No, there's Miracle Contact. We know he's got the Neospatian Grand Mole in the grave. Obviously meaning Granios. Already you see it on the table. But Book of Moon. Book of Moon doing Book of Moon things. There we go, another Synchro. HeyZZy this time around. Going to get rid of the last back row. It's a Void Trap Hole. HeyZZy floating here. There's the Basil to complete the Synchro Summon requirements for Baxia. Here we go. In defense, gonna shuffle away, likely go over Neos. What does Jano still have at his... Well, we know for sure there is Liquid Soul. Neos Fusion as well. Sending out the... But was summoned through the virtue of Neo's fusion, unable to gain any attack. So unable to get over the Boxia itself. Channel. He's setting one more card, but I suppose the benefit of sending out and getting out of fusion affect your own guys dying. That Brave Neos is looking pretty big, so Gano likely intending to keep it so that only Samurai Destroyer can touch it. Another skill activation, White Rose. I think this is the... Here's that second activation. Rocks Rose activating, getting another Basil. I think this one is... Yep. The last, we'll be going for a Macro's Dragon Clear. Probably not. Probably would rather go for Bloody Rose, but that last back row, very scary. Boy, Trap Hole, not even gonna allow Kaku go through his plans, or will he? Box Rose, special summoned, added to the hand. Gaku can just do it on the next turn. Jano, still currently in a prison where his life points are taken away slowly but surely. He was at 400, now at 200. Shadows. Interesting, this particular timing. For the Basil. We have the materials, in fact, for the man himself, the Flame Wingman of these. Is he about to end the game? Maybe. Maybe yes. Gaku knocked out by Jano and in quite the stellar fashion of Flame Wingman. That's gonna be 10-8 in favor of the winners of this match, and the BO3 over the 3 season 12, where Diffusion is up 2-1. And yeah, with that, the game has been going on for quite a while. So likely I won't be taking any. And with that, I guess go to host. Oh, I can host. Okay. Has been streaming and what? He will be private. Guys, make sure to tell him. I mean, he probably watched anyway that the game. Yeah, that will be it from me. Thank you guys for watching. Stick by for some more Team Wars content from another game. He is streaming DLC Bandit up against Angelic Force. Make sure to support the new 2 teams that one has been struggling early on won their first game, but started losing every game since. Make sure to cheer for the new guys. I was HeyZZy. This was Diffusion Infinity. Thank you for watching. You're